Alright, this is going to be a quick video. Hopefully this is going to be the base of Crystal PvP. So I'm going to join in. Now that I think about it, maybe a single player might work better for this. But, my tracers, don't need those, don't need anything else really, so I can turn off name tags, turn off tracers, turn off trajectories, since they are not needed. Only thing I really need is lagging a little bit. That's unfortunate, but I should be able to show you guys just needed. Assuming that we get more than 5 hits. I just remembered something I can do. Is make it a little easier on the laptop. And you're going to see that each inventory you're going to have all these items, which you want to do is have a setup similar to this, where the sword is next to the crystals. Watch right here as they have done to me. Okay, this might be a better idea. Attempting in. Okay, I think it's like the basics. So there's the hardcore world. I haven't opened it since. So it's going to be a creative world. Cheats are going to be on, so I'll be able to change between game modes. Doesn't really matter anything else, but I'll just turn on hard and really care what the speed is. We're just going to zoom right on into that. Or as fast as we can get into it. Once that's done, I can go ahead and show you basic Crystal PvP. Alright, so here we are. We're in the creative world. Let me just go ahead and get somewhere a little more in the open. Don't gotta worry. Very good. So, obviously for using end crystals in PvP, you're going to need to use end crystals. And you're also going to need obsidian. If you have bedrock on you for whatever reason, I suppose you could use that too, since it doesn't really matter which it's on. It can go on either of them. Now, when you're doing crystal PvP, you don't want to be at... Oh, whoops. As I was saying before I did that, you don't want to be at this level. And the reason for that is you'll still take a lot of damage. The lower you are from the crystal, the less you take. You'll see you're taking a lot less damage, as opposed to if you're up here. Now let me go ahead and grab some working food source. And grab something else that I almost forgot about. So, something else you're going to want to have, well, here are totems. Doesn't really matter how many you have, you're just going to want totems. That way, when you set off a crystal, you don't get yourself killed. You could do it here as well, but that's also the same problem. You don't know if it's going to kill you. Now, if you're good at crystalling, you can make sure your opponent is on this level or up there, and then you can just spam the crystals. Eventually you'll be able to do it to where your crystalling attempt is as good as Crystal Aura. So let me go ahead and spawn a fake player right here. Fake player. Go ahead and spawn him. Sea Snail. Okay, that's a fake player. Now let's see what happens when I try and kill him. He'd be dead. Now let me go ahead and turn off the fake player real quick. Wherever it is, fake player. Clear. Alright, no longer gotta worry about him. Now, if you're like this, you could also do this, and it'll help block damage. So having a piece of obsidian in the way will be able to help you not take damage when you're doing crystal PvP. The most effective thing to have for crystal PvP, and I'm just going to use a hack for this, is surrounding yourself with obsidian. And you should be taking less damage. I'll do it again over here. And the only reason that popped is because I jumped out. Remember, if you jump out of the hole, you die, basically. Now, if you have hacks, you're going to want to have auto totem on for it. So that way it just switches totems into your inventory. You don't have to worry about it. So I'll do it a few more times. And as you can see, without having to go into my inventory, I'm getting a bunch of crystals. Now, I'm sure you've noticed, it does take a toll on your armor. So, you're going to want your armor to have mending and unbreaking on it. And you're going to want to carry some experience bottles on you. Something else you can do is having arrows of slow falling. I'm sure you saw that earlier, but in case you didn't, arrows of slow falling, very useful. And I'll show you why in a moment. And I just realized that this may not be the best way to do it. So, if I go into survival mode, right? I shoot myself. When you hit your opponent, they take a longer time to head down. And while they're heading down, you can go ahead and use the crystal. And you can do that. It worked also if you have knockback, but it doesn't work if you're on 2v2 team. Because those are just things that you can get. Eventually it's going to get to a point where your opponent can't do anything, his armor's all broken, and then, guess what? You can win without an issue. And then that will be the state of your opponent.